we are now coming up with a new unabridged report. That is in fact our aim. We realize that most of the material that come out are politically abridged to sort of told a certain line. So we want to be unabridged. We get the plain information from the person. You see the person speaking. We send it on to the net for the international bodies and Ghanaians who are outside to access it and know what is happening. But many times, many things are distorted. And as it is today, as I came to the parliament, I appreciated something that I had not seen. That is your social policy toward building the grassroots. You see, which is lost, is not seen anywhere. You understand? Yeah, and that is why we want to come and meet you individually, so that you will put more light on it according to you. From here, we will be talking to people in the opposition. We will also get an unabridged view, so that all will be presented, so that everybody will get access to the pure information, and that will help make up the mind.
And we are saying this in the context of the debate that took place in the chamber. Yes, actually, for a start, let me say that it is a partisan parliament, because we as a people opted for a party political democracy, or democracy founded on party political parties. So that being the case, you always find debates in the chamber being partisan and sometimes passionately partisan. And in the process, the detailed technical bits may get lost. And that's the portion that the public is more interested in. Yes. And the public already know that we belong to political parties. So they expect us, when we're discussing issues of national importance, the parties will be submerged for the issues to their hands. Unfortunately, in a party political situation, everybody is seeing the issue from his party's point, unfortunately. But I believe that as you read through or listen out to the individual contributions that are being made, it is possible to sieve out what statements are being made as a political slant or to gain political ground in comparison with what is being said to actually make the people of the country benefit from issues that are being discussed. And it also depends on the backgrounds that make up the individual that is making the contribution. For me, as an agriculturist, I am also a social activist, and thirdly, a development worker, because I've been an agricultural research scientist for about 20 years before coming to Parliament. So most of my working life has been with rural environment. And so obviously I am also passionate when it comes to issues that affect rural communities inside the chamber. And that explains why I was a little bit unhappy with the turn of the discussion with respect to the agreement on the rural financing of agricultural activities in rural areas. The simple point that many of us were missing was that this particular facility that we're discussing is meant to empower and build the capacity of institutions, financial institutions that deliver services to rural farmers, rural communities. And the rationale behind such a facility is that most of the financial institutions that are of big names are urban-based. And in many instances, they ignore rural agricultural financing because that is seen not to be profitable, which was the opening statement that I made. Because rural, even when you produce food to feed yourself, people don't see the fact that you are able to feed yourself as a profit. They think that it is only when you sell and there's some money on top of your cost, that is when there's profit. And the bigger the profit, the more attractive your business is for investment. That is why government has to directly intervene in providing such facilities. So you realize that most of the big players in our financial system are in the urban areas, or if they are not in the urban areas, they are in businesses that make large profit margins. And that is understandable because they are there to make profits. So when there is also a government intervention or a public intervention that takes rural communities on board, the facility is meant to build the capacity of financial institutions that have dedicated their activities to assisting rural communities. Because when you realize, when you notice, when you study or analyze the system, you find that the financial institutions that also dedicate themselves to rural communities are themselves weaker in comparison with those that are urban based. So if there's a need for an intervention to assist financial institutions, it must be the rural ones that should get it. And in any case, the rural farmer, in trying to access facilities or financial facilities, cannot get it to the urban center. These weak financial institutions are also the closest to them. And therefore, government thought it was wise to take this type of facility and build the capacity of such institutions so that they can deliver improved services to the rural farmers. And I particularly like it because there was so much furore about capacity building. Many people think that capacity building is individual capacity building. Buying somebody a car, giving him a computer, training him in a 3-week course to come and do it. That is good capacity building for the individual. But there is also institutional capacity building. If you train the individual to be in an institution and the institution is weak, the institution is not logistically empowered to make his training meaningful, he's going to leave for a better endowed institution. So this type of facility is meant to also build the institutions so that they can deliver service to rural communities. It is also meant to build the capacity of the rural players themselves, the farmers themselves, so that they can manage whatever credit that they access more efficiently. Currently, we have a lot of church-based organizations, community-based organizations, non-governmental organizations that deliver credits to farmers. But because their capacities are weak in terms of management of finances,